Okay, hey, welcome back to the Old Man Bully Cook's Kitchen. Today we're going to work on smoking our beef short rib to get ready for our lasagna. So this is going to be like a couple part video. I'm going to show you how to smoke the meat, and then we're going to make a lasagna out of it later. That'll be a whole nother video, so let's get started. So let's wash our hands. Home kitchen, restaurant, whatever. Always wash your hands. You don't need to pass on anything to anybody else. So, now, let's get to work. I'm going to take my favorite knife here. I'm going to grab my sharpener, because whenever butchering meat, you always want to make sure you have a sharp knife. And for smoking, if you're smoking pork, you want that fat, so it falls down through the meat and all that. But when we're doing this beef, we want that smoke to penetrate the meat. And it's not going to do it with the silver skin and fat on there. The fat's okay, but the silver skin's not. And we can see a lot of silver skin on here. So we're just going to go through and we're going to trim it off. Okay. I'm just going to start. You got to be careful. You don't want to lose too much meat here. Okay. Start working it down. You can see that silver skin right there. Got to get down below that. That's the key. Here. Let's get below it. See, and then we can just start peeling it back. Okay. And you gotta understand, you don't have to worry too much about losing that meat, because you can actually use that to make something else if you lose a little. So let's just start cutting here. There we go. Nice and thin. Now we're getting where I want. That was a thicker piece there. Start layering that off. Get that skin. Lost a chunk there. Whenever you hear that, that's where you can sort of tell where the silver skin is, because it likes to peel and separate. You can see it right here in that in between. So we gotta be careful of. This particular short rib had a lot of fat on it, so. Here in Florida, these buggers are hard to come by. This one. Just like that. There, that should be good on that side. Now, if I was just cooking these to eat, one thing I wouldn't do is I would not remove the backside, because you want that membrane to hold it on. But in this case, I'm going to be breaking it all down, cutting it up, shredding it anyways. So what I want to try to do is find it here and give it a pull. Start working your way up inside. Little trick, I know. Get you a butter knife. Start pulling. Find your spot. Okay. piece right here. Got most of it in that first pull, so very good. Okay, now onto the rub. Okay, so now I'm going to take it, I'm going to mix up my rub. I like to use just salt and pepper if I'm doing a short ribs just for smoking and eating. But one thing we got to remember is I'm not just smoking this to eat it. This short rib is being smoked for another purpose. It's going in a lasagna. It is not going in. Container here. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a 1/4 cup of paprika, 1/4 cup of onion powder here, and 1/4 cup of granulated garlic. As you can see, I measure like my grandma did. Close enough. So, we're not baking here, we're smoking. Now, I've got a little bit of cayenne, just for a little bit of kick. I am not looking for making it hot. I just want that little back of the mouth, bite you type here. And let's mix all this together here. As you know, if you notice, I didn't put any sugar in this. I do not want any sugar on my beef. It's not pork. A lot of people smoke with brown sugar or sugar, or whatever the case may be. I don't want that sweetness here. I want all that meaty flavor to just come bouncing through. So, just to make my life easier here, I take this, I put it into an extra old shaker I had. Something there. Now, I'm gonna take our pork or beef brisket and we're gonna start salting it here. And you actually want to make sure. Now, for this one, I'm using kosher salt. And the reason I'm using kosher salt is kosher salt gets its name because of the rules for kosher butchering. Kosher's purpose is to draw out the blood because kosher meat has been bled out. So we're just gonna make sure we hit all sides, catch up all the extras there. Yeah, that nice and pretty. And I don't have my cameraman here today, so if I disappear, I apologize. Now, of course, could you use just regular ground black pepper? Yes, but I want that coarse black pepper with that good bark. That's what we're trying to get. So we're trying to get bark. We're trying to get all that flavor. I don't want this to have anything get away. I want all the flavors brought out and brought in. I want to let the work of the smoke do its job. So now, here, just lay it on. See how nice and easy that works? Okay. Boom, boom, boom. And just a little on the back, because on the back it really doesn't make a difference, but let's get all that in there nicely. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Now, I'm going to take this and we'll put it on the pan. I'm going to let it sit for about 30 minutes and then we'll put it in the smoker. So I'll see you in about 30 minutes and we'll get on to the next step. Check out how that looks. Okay, so I've taken the short rib out of the fridge. It sat for half an hour. Let it dry age just a little bit. So now we're going to take it out and we're going to put it on the smoker. Here is where it all gets interesting for me. So I'm going to pick it up. We're just going to carry it right out here, like so. Like that. Here. We're on here. It says about 265 degrees, but when we open it up and look inside at our thing, we're at about 250. So that's right about where we want to be. Real temperature 250. We're gonna take that, set it on there. Now we're gonna take our meat probe. I'm gonna put it right in here. I want it in the front to the middle, just like that. Bring it around, close it up, and then I've set my temperature gauge at 175 degrees because when it is ready at that temperature, I'm going to wrap it up in butcher paper and finish it off to 200 degrees in the back in the smoker. So guys, we'll see you probably in about 4 or 5 hours, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. We'll see how it turns out. Okay, see you then.
Go.
Okay, so here we are about 6 hours later. Our beef rib is hit 175 degrees. Now we're gonna wrap it up, finish it off the last 25 degrees in our butcher paper here. So I'm gonna take this, put this right in here. And I'm telling you, this is smelling absolutely fantastic. That bark is developing nicely. We got a nice deep bark on it here. Yes. Now, we take this. We're going to go on out here. We're going to put this right back in our smoker. Insert our probe back in. And we're going to run until it hits 200 degrees. We are back up and running. See you when it's 200. Okay, peace. Okay, so it's just about 10 minutes to midnight. We've hit our target temperature of 200 degrees on our short rib. I've taken it out of the smoker, brought it in the house. As everybody can tell, I'm filming this by myself tonight. No cameraman. There you can see the rib. This thing has an incredible looking bark on it. A I've let it sit here for just a couple minutes. I want to cut into it while it's nice and hot for you so you can see just how tender this thing is. Look at this. Look at this. Here. Boom. And so, the thing about this is I'm not going to be eating this as if it was just a regular pork rib or beef rib. Just so that y'all can see that beautiful smoke ring on there. And if you look, by taking off that membrane, look at the smoke ring that I caught on the bottom of this. See, the top, but look at that on the bottom. All that smoke flavor just penetrated up through it. And now I'm gonna shred this, cool it, and then I'm gonna use it in my meat sauce or bolognese, you can say, depending on what part of the country you are and if you want to try to sound fancy. But this is just literally gonna just melt in that lasagna. I mean, look at this. You want to see, this is the end. Look at them juices just coming out of that. I can't help myself. I gotta. My God. Look at this. That is perfectly cooked butter of short rib beef meat. I'm telling you. My dog's down here just sitting pretty. Here, I gotta show you guys real quick. Oh, hi, Leah, sit. Look at her. She's like, please, Daddy, can I have some? Look at. But this dog does some pretty funky stuff. See? Say hi, Leah. Okay, guys. So this is part 1. Part 2 is coming when I make the pasta, and then part 3 will be the final when I do the lasagna. Okay, so get some sleep. Peace until tomorrow or Sunday. See you then.